The only real weakness of the Transformers Prime episode, Darkest Hour, is that it's really just the third act of the last episode. It doesn't feel like an episode in and of itself. Which is not to say I think it was a bad idea to split these two episodes up. It's just, make them a two-parter, right? It feels like it's a two-parter. Make it a two-parter, right? Other than that one little nitpick, though, I actually really like how this episode pans out. It begins pretty much exactly the way you would expect. The introduction of the kids into the scenario as hostages for the Decepticons does lead to the Autobots turning over their keys to the Decepticons. And now it's Megatron who's going to restore Cybertron. But, and this isn't really super well explained, I guess the cyberforming process happens in stages. It doesn't happen all at once automatically. So after Megatron demonstrates that it does work by terraforming an area of Cybertron, he decides he's going to launch the beam from the lock through his space bridge back to Earth and cyberform the Earth as well into a second Cybertron so that he can rule over two planets and also get his revenge for so many humans screwing with his plans so many times. And he picks an area right outside of Jasper, right outside of the Autobots' base, to begin, because he knows where their base is now. And so even though, like, the Autobots had thrown down their various artifacts, even though the Autobots do, I mean, at least Optimus recovers his, he recovers the Starsaber. I thought I saw some of the others trying to grab for theirs too, but I couldn't be sure. We'll find out in the next couple episodes, though, I'm sure. And they do fight back, and Optimus does destroy the lock, which sucks. In time to save the Earth, Megatron has now cyberformed himself a new fortress back on Earth, and I really like how this scene was handled. This, I think, was the best scene of the episode, which is not to say the rest of the episode was bad. There was a great action sequence later. But I like how this was handled. The kids say, go ahead and kill us. The Autobots are willing to fight for our world. We're willing to die for theirs. And that was such a cool moment. I liked them a lot in that moment. Even Raph, who is by far the least brave Jack, or impulsive Nico, of the three, agreed with them. And that was a cool moment for his character. But Optimus won't sacrifice their allies just for a political loss, basically. It isn't until the entire Earth comes under threat that he risks the kids by fighting back. And even though I feel like this was definitely the choice he would have made and the right call, the episode doesn't forget that in doing this, he's sacrificing his own planet. As Ratchet has a really emotionally charged scene with the others once they get back to Earth where he questions Optimus's behavior. It was very good. Everybody felt in character, but still brave when they needed to be and ruthless when they needed to be. And everybody's responses were measured and appropriate. Like, I'm still a little miffed with Ratchet, because Jack's mom calls and asks if Ratchet knows where he is because she can't find him, and he still doesn't put two and two together that something's up. I'm just disappointed in the guy. But everything else about this first part of the episode is fantastic. The rest of it, though, is really just a big action sequence. The Autobots return back to Earth, only to discover the new base that Megatron has terraformed for himself. I forgot to mention, Megatron also lost his cool super evil prime arm, so he can't use his Starsaber anymore. That's actually important. Just dropping it. You would have seen it in the clips I'm going to use, though. But they return to Earth, discover Megatron's new fortress, discover that the Nemesis is flying right in towards their base. Starscream flies in with a bunch of Viacon flyers that are colored after him. He finally has his armada and starts attacking. And they realize they have to retreat. And it's thanks to Wheeljack showing up at an opportune time and Fowler being badass again that they're given the time to do that. Fowler flies up in his not very impressive military helicopter and dogfights again with super advanced alien jets that are jets anyway, so they're going to be more maneuverable than a helicopter in the first place. And this time, like, a whole armada of them, and he does super well. This guy is an amazing pilot. He's such a cool character. Almost to the point of it being ridiculous at this point, but I don't even care. That's just how cool he is. Like, he takes down a few Viacons in the air, and even shows up in time to take down another one as it's about to blast Mrs. Darby's car. Unfortunately, Wheeljack's ship does get taken down by Starscream, but together the two of them buy the Autobots enough time for Ratchet first and then Optimus in the end, to send everybody but Optimus to different locations with their human partners if they have any, so that the Decepticons can't follow them as easily. And then Optimus stays behind in the base to destroy the ground bridge computer so that the Decepticons can't use it to figure out where the Autobots retreated to. Not realizing that Megatron's not concerned with that he's just going to blast the base to rubble, and Optimus is caught in the rubble. And we don't know what happened to him yet. I mean, I do. But, like, the royal we. Right? And it's fun. It's a fast-paced episode. The characters' decisions all make sense. It builds the tension nicely. Just as the Autobots had their greatest moment of victory, it is snatched away from them and then things just keep getting worse. But not in ways that feel frustrating or backtracking. It all feels natural and fun. I want to see what happens next, because I don't believe that this could possibly be the end. I believe they can rally from this. Like, Megatron does, I guess, technically make a mistake. He really should have captured the Autobots first, put them somewhere secure, and then gone forward with whatever cyberforming plans he had, rather than giving them the chance to destroy the Omega Lock. But he wanted to gloat. That's the kind of person he is, so that makes sense in character for him. But really, because this just felt like the third act of another episode, I don't have much more to say about it. So I guess, what do you guys think of this episode? If you have seen it, let's get a discussion going in the comments section down below. And while you're down there, you might as well like the video, share it with anyone else you think would enjoy my content, subscribe if you haven't. You can also check out links to my various social medias, as well as the many ways you can help out the channel. Those will be in the video description. But either way, this has been AJ22, and I will talk to you guys later.